It says, a Texas mother is urging parents to keep their children from watching Hocus Pocus 2, claiming that the film can unleash hell in one's home. But yeah, it says a worst case scenario is you unleash hell on your kids in your home. She said the whole movie is based on witches harvesting children for blood sacrifices. And I'm just doing what God tells us to do as Christians in the Bible. In Ephesians 5:11 states, having nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. And that's what I'm doing, and that's what she's doing by going on that television channel or show and telling people like, no, don't watch this, don't partake in this movie. You don't know the things that these movies can have effect in your home, and you're inviting this kind of stuff into your life when you partake in these kind of movies and shows and music and everything else. And she's exposing these things so people could be warned, but they're taking her as like, like she doesn't know any better. She's joking. Like it's just a movie, what it's not. And it goes on to say, viewers are unaware of what can come into their homes through their TV. And like this is true. Like when we watch these things, like they come through. Everything we watch, everything we do, and everything we enjoy plays a part in our lives. It has an effect on us. That's why we do it in the first place, because we know we love the effect that it has on us, whether that be negative, loving, whatever. It plays an effect on us, whether we deny it or agree to it. It everything plays a role. So when we watch stuff like this stuff actually has an effect on us. There's people dressing up as these witches, like right now for Halloween and everything, enjoying it because it has an effect on them. And she goes on to say, "Do not watch this film." She continued, "Everybody thinks it's fake and it's innocent, but they could be casting any type of spell that they want to. Anything could be coming through that TV screen in your home." And some people actually think that like funny and everything else, but the thing is, that's actually true. Like very true. In actuality, there's been movies done in the past that actually has real life spells and demonic symbols. It's like some as recent as Doctor Strange too. He's doing like demonic hand gestures and everything else, and a lot of things about Doctor Strange as a whole is very demonic. And like I said, this YouTube channel Little Light Studios, they did a really good video on it, explaining just how dark that Doctor Strange really is. And in the other another movie that I used to watch as a kid called The Craft, which has a lot of like real life like paganism and movies based off witches, and the movie actually has real life spells in that movie. She went on to say she loves keeping her home safe, which is why she and her husband remain focused on what they're bringing into it. And that just goes like Psalms 101 3 4. Like, I will not set before my eyes no vile thing. The deeds of faithless men I hate. They will not cling to me. So she saying that she doesn't like enjoy that kind of stuff. Like the Bible says, like don't set these things before your eyes. Don't look at this kind of stuff. Stay away from it. Article she goes on in the article. It says, "I love creating a safe environment for my family and friends to come into. I believe everything starts here. It all starts at home." She explained to KWTX, "So be aware of what we're bringing into our homes and our everyday lives. My husband and our children should be experiencing something different in our home than they're experiencing out in the world." And when she says that, it kind of brought up another Bible verse to me, 1 John 2:15. through 17. It says, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in them. For everything in the world, the cravings of a sinful man, the lust of the eyes, the boasting of what he has or does, come not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires pass away, but the man who does the will of God lives forever." And like in the Bible, in the verse states, like the lust of the eyes, the appealing of this movie looks amazing, it's funny, and I gotta go see it. Like, you enjoy watching these kind of things. Like, that's the lust of the eyes. But no, do not be conformed to this world. Do not love the world. When he says don't love the world, he's not saying no, don't love the environment and the trees and everything. And he's saying that the world, the worldly stuff, the way the world is going, the ways of the world, what's trending, the way the world loves, like the type of music that the world enjoys, the type of movies that the world enjoys. And just because you see something that's trending and popular and everybody's doing it, does not mean you have to do that. That's the world. We are, as Christians, are set apart. In Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." So focus your mind on things like that. Pure things, lovely, admirable, excellent, praiseworthy. Things like that is things that we should be focusing our attention to. There's nothing admirable or lovely or praiseworthy about Hocus Pocus. Even if it is just a comedy. Even if it makes you feel good. So what? There's a lot of things that makes us feel good that are not right for us. Just because the movie is a comedy and you see it as just lighthearted family fun does not make it right to enjoy. It's just sugar-coated sin. That's it. The article goes on to say the mother of three told the outlet her family hasn't celebrated Halloween for about 4 or 5 years because it grieves me the thought of exposing our kids to darkness. And she goes on to say she emphasized that if people didn't agree with her, that's fine. But for her as a Christian, she claimed that she was held at a higher standard. And that's absolutely true because as Christians, we are held to a higher standard. In Joshua 24:15, at the end of this verse, it says, "But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." So she says, like, if you don't agree with her, like, that's fine. But her, as a Christian, she's held to a higher standard. As in her house, she will serve the Lord. She don't care what the world is saying. She's the one that has to answer to God on Judgment Day. Just like every single one of us. We'll all have to give accountability for our lives and everything else, the things that we do, good or bad. So that's fine that you guys don't agree with her and everything else. God agrees with her. And that's, in the end, that's all that matters. Because God always has the final say. Whether we like it or not, God has the final say. So whether you agree with what she's saying or don't, she's held to higher standards. All Christians are. As it states in 1 Peter 2:9, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." And that verse is basically like, hey, self-explanatory. It basically goes on to what I just said, that we are chosen people, royalty, holy, for his own possession, called out of darkness into his marvelous light. So don't you think that she is held to a higher standard? I believe so. And then go back to the article. It says the interview comes after Gooch shared a non-private and viral Facebook post in which she encouraged mothers to think about what's happening in Hocus Pocus 2. In the Facebook post, Gooch said that she felt a strong conviction to share a word with mothers, urging them to think about the films they are allowing in their homes. And then it goes on to state what you said on the Facebook post. It says, as mothers and wives, we are the gatekeepers of our home. Meaning whatever we allow in has a rightful place to reside and grow there because we have given it permission. She wrote, what is actually happening when we watch these films? What are we subjecting our minds to? What are we welcoming into our families? I say all this because I too have fallen into the trap a time or two, and the spiritual warfare I had to endure because of my own ignorance I wish on no one. So if we allow these things to come into our home, it's because we gave it permission. We invite these things into our home when we watch these things or listen to them or whatever. And in 1 Thessalonians 5:22 says, avoid every kind of evil. Every kind. Ephesians 4:27 states, and do not give the devil a foothold. You give him a foothold when you watch that stuff. You give him a foundation to stand on and mess with your mind and get you even more into dark stuff. Because it starts with a little comedy, a little, little innocent, family friendly, quote unquote, movie about witches. That's how it starts. And then it goes on a little darker and a little darker and to the point you're just watching some horrible, horrible things. Because you gave the devil that foothold to stand on in your life. We need to start taking this stuff very seriously. Because it's heartbreaking and sad that we got to a point that this stuff is taken as a joke. As a society, like, that stuff is funny to us. Shows about, like, the Antichrist or Satan himself is entertaining to us. Being the anti-hero is more popular than being the hero. And 1 Peter 1:14-16 says, as obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance, but as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct, since it is written, you shall be holy, for I am holy. Basically saying you're held to a higher standard. And I'm just going to end this video with this last verse in 1 Corinthians 10:31. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God. I pray all of you seek the truth and the truth may find you. Have a blessed, wonderful day. God bless.